Am I wrong for cutting off my entire friend group after finding out they all knew I was being betrayed? Throwaway because some of them are still on Reddit and I honestly don't know who I can trust anymore. I, 29 female, have been part of the same friend group since college. There are 6 of us total. Me, my boyfriend Evan, 30 male, my best friend Lena, 29 female, and 3 others, Mark, Jess, and Ryan. We've done everything together for almost a decade. Holidays, birthdays, weddings, funerals, cross-country trips, you name it. I genuinely thought these people were my chosen family. Evan and I have been together for 5 years. We don't live together, but we were actively talking about getting married. He'd even asked my dad for his blessing last Christmas. Lena has been my best friend since freshman year. She held my hair when I was sick, helped me move apartments 3 times, and once drove 4 hours at 2 a.m. because I called her crying. I trusted her with my life. Here's where I start to notice the cracks. About 6 months ago, I started noticing small changes. Evan became more protective of his phone. Lena stopped initiating hangouts unless Evan was also there. Group plans suddenly shifted to times I couldn't make it, and when I did show up, conversations would awkwardly die. I assumed I was being paranoid or that adulthood was just pulling us in different directions. Then 2 weeks ago, Jess texted me asking if I was doing okay. I said yes and asked why. She didn't respond for several hours, then said, "Never mind, sorry, wrong timing." That message hit me wrong and knew something was off. 3 days later, Ryan showed up at my apartment unannounced. He looked terrified. He asked if Evan was there. When I said no, he came in, sat down, then told me, "I can't keep lying anymore." Apparently, Evan and Lena have been having an affair for almost a year. Not a drunken one-time mistake. A full-blown, emotional and physical relationship. They went on work trips together. They had a private Discord. They told each other they were soulmates. And here's the part that still makes me feel physically ill. Everyone else in the group knew. Mark found out first and told Jess. Jess told Ryan. At some point, all of them knew. They went on double dates. They covered for them. They joked about it when I wasn't around. According to Ryan, they justified it by saying I was too sensitive and that Evan and Lena were clearly meant to be. Ryan said he finally cracked because Evan and Lena were planning to tell me after Evan broke up with me, so it would look clean. I confronted Evan that night. He didn't deny it. He said he didn't mean for it to happen and that he still loved me, but Lena understood him in ways I didn't. When I asked how long everyone knew, he shrugged and said, "It wasn't really my business." Then I confronted Lena.
She cried.
She said she never wanted to hurt me. She said she fell in love by accident. She said I should be happy for her. When I reminded her that I was still dating Evan, she said, "You'll move on. You always do." Something in me snapped. I blocked Evan on everything. I blocked Lena. Then I sent a single message to the group chat. "I know everything. Don't contact me again." Then I blocked all of them. Since then, my phone has been blowing up from mutual acquaintances telling me I'm overreacting, that this is part of life, and that cutting off everyone is dramatic. Mark emailed me a 5-page apology explaining how group dynamics are complicated. Jess left a voicemail crying about how she didn't want to choose sides. Even Lena's sister messaged me saying Lena is heartbroken and that I should talk to her for closure. Here's the thing, I don't want closure. I don't want explanations. I don't want apologies that come after a year of lying to my face. But part of me wonders, am I being too harsh? Ryan says he understands why I cut everyone off, but that I might regret losing an entire decade of friendships. My mom thinks I should hear them out, at least for my own peace. So, Reddit, am I wrong for walking away from all of them instead of trying to salvage anything? Update. Am I wrong for cutting off my entire friend group after finding out they all knew I was being betrayed? I didn't expect my last post to get as much attention as it did. I read almost every comment, even the harsh ones. A lot has happened in the past few weeks, and people asked for an update, so here it is. Short version. I don't regret walking away. Long version, buckle up. After I blocked everyone, I tried to disappear for a bit. I took time off work, stayed with my sister, and did what many of you suggested. I stopped trying to understand the betrayal and focused on surviving it. For a few days, I cried constantly. Then the anger set in. Then exhaustion. It turns out grief has layers, and betrayal adds a few extra ones. Despite being blocked, Evan still found ways to reach out. He emailed me from his work account. Yes, really? In the email, he said he was confused, that Lena was pressuring him, and that he wanted to fight for us. Reading it felt surreal. This man had lied to me for a year, planned to leave me quietly, and somehow thought he still deserved a conversation. I didn't reply. Lena, on the other hand, went into full damage control. I found out through mutual acquaintances, who I've since distanced myself from, that she's been telling people her version of the story. According to her, Evan and I were basically over. I was emotionally unavailable, and she tried to stop her feelings. Conveniently, she leaves out the part where she smiled to my face for a year while sleeping with my boyfriend. What really broke the illusion for me was something small but devastating. About a week after my post, Ryan asked if he could drop something off. I hesitated, but eventually agreed. He showed up with a box. Inside were photos, ticket stubs, and little mementos from group trips over the years. On top of everything was a printed screenshot from the group chat I'd been removed from months earlier. It was a picture of Evan and Lena together at a cabin trip I hadn't been able to attend because of work. The caption, sent by Mark, read, "Finally, no secrets." The date on the screenshot was 8 months ago. That's when it fully sank in. They weren't just hiding the affair. They were bonding over hiding it from me. I wasn't just betrayed. I was the punchline. Ryan apologized again. He said he should have told me sooner. I thanked him for finally telling me the truth, but I told him I still needed distance. He understood. We hugged, and that was the first time I'd felt any real peace since this all started. Then came the fallout. Evan and Lena are officially together now. They made it Facebook official last weekend. Several people messaged me to warn me before I saw it, which I appreciate, but I'd already muted their names everywhere. From what I've heard, it has not been the fairy tale they expected. Evan moved in with Lena quickly, and apparently they're already fighting, mostly about trust. Shocking, I know. Here's the unexpected part. The friend group is falling apart. Without me as the common denominator, old tension surfaced. Jess and Mark had a massive argument about loyalty. Ryan has distanced himself entirely. Group chats are quiet. Plans are canceled. It turns out that once you normalize lying for one reason, it spreads everywhere. As for me, I'm putting my life back together. I started therapy. I'm relearning how to trust my own instincts, because for a long time I gaslit myself into thinking I was too sensitive. I wasn't. I was right. I've reconnected with some old friends I'd unintentionally drifted from while centering my life around that group.
I've gone on solo hikes.
I redecorated my apartment. I even booked a trip I'd been putting off because Evan didn't like flying. Last night, my mom asked if I still thought I did the right thing by cutting everyone off. I told her yes, because here's what I learned. Betrayal isn't just about cheating. It's about choices. Every single one of them chose comfort over honesty. They chose each other over me. And when people show you that clearly, walking away isn't dramatic, it's self-respect. I don't know what the future looks like. I'm still sad sometimes. I still miss the version of my life I thought I had. But I no longer miss the people who are willing to hurt me and call me a friend. So for anyone wondering, no, I'm not reaching out. No, I'm not hearing them out. And no regret about leaving. Thank you for helping me realize that choosing myself doesn't make me wrong. It just means I finally stopped letting others hurt me.